When you have to shoot, don't talk.
That's great. All right, hello everybody. Welcome to Movieriffic Podcast for this week, the week of March 6th, 2011, I guess. Does Sunday still start weeks?
Sure.
All right, as always, I'm King, and I'm joined with my good friends Colin.
Yo.
And my other good friend Smith.
Hey.
And how have you guys been over the week?
Good, man. How about you?
I've been good. Just reveling in my non-losing of the podcast Oscars choices.
Yeah, guys, I totally lost that one. I knew I was gonna too, because I picked too many categories where I just, picked what I liked instead of what I thought would win, just like you, King.
Yeah.
But I did it more than you, so...
I really put some money on mine because I get it every year.
See, but you get it and you get too cocky about it. I seem to remember the categories. This is going to win.
Yeah, but
winning
wins.
is winning.
He still wins. So
it was great. It was a fun Oscars this year. I think James Franco and Anne Hathaway did a really good job.
This is my least favorite Oscars ever, I think.
I really liked the beginning, the little skit where they went into like all the movies. I thought that was fun.
Yeah, and I didn't even catch the Oscar. I'm just talking about as far as the categories go, because if there's a year where you can't even have a really cool makeup category where it's awesome submissions, there's nothing for makeup this year. So I don't know. There's too many categories like that.
Wow, The Wolfman is an Oscar-winning movie now.
Blah blah blah.
Imagine that movie doesn't deserve to win anything.
Yeah, I missed the ceremony because it's on too late here. I can't be bothered to stay up that late.
Yeah.
But Smith, we know you watched True Grit since the Oscars. Would you want to give us any thoughts on that?
Well, on the whole, I liked it. It's a proper good Western, and I think is it Haley Steinfeld?
I think it's Steinfeld.
Steinfeld, yeah.
Okay, well, I think that's not a supporting performance. That's a leading performance. She is really fantastic and steals the show, in my opinion. I mean, Jeff Bridges and Matt Damon are okay, but you can hardly understand Jeff Bridges.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of clips.
His
I've
face.
seen a lot of clips of that too. She's really good.
She is. She's got that kind of naivety, but she's really smart too, and she leads the whole thing.
And you said you haven't seen the original, right?
No.
I still have
that one.
I saw the original. I still have a hard time picking which is my favorite.
It was his only Oscar-winning performance, the Duke.
I like Jeff Bridges. I really like him.
Yeah.
The only thing I thought was weird about True Grit is the Coen brothers' decision to make the third movie in this series first. Because Rooster Cogburn was a character that was in 3 or 4 movies. He did one with Katharine Hepburn, which was probably, I think, the second best out of all of them. So, but yeah, they started on the third and last of the movies in that series. I wonder why they did that.
I didn't even know that.
Well, in the originals, did they go in succession? Were they?
Yeah. They went in succession. That was the second to last movie that the Duke ever did, and then he died.
They'll probably just do prequels.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's a strange decision for them to make. They could have made more money if they'd done it the other way around, especially since they could have picked a really great leading lady to do Katharine Hepburn's role. But I think it's because of the Oscar that, damn it, freaking, what's his name?
Jeff Bridges.
No, not Jeff Bridges. The original, the Duke.
John Wayne,
right. John Wayne. I think it's because the Oscar that he got that the Coen brothers decided to make that one. Maybe they couldn't get funding to do the first movie first. I don't know.
Well, Jeff Bridges won Best Actor last year, right?
Yeah. For Crazy
What did he get
Heart.
it for? Oh. Yeah.
Yeah,
Man,
I remember.
in a row.
For me, I think it's less of an Oscar for Crazy Heart and more of an Oscar for his career, because he's really eclectic and quite brilliant in my opinion.
Yeah, I like Jeff Bridges. He's a laid-back guy.
Then the good Sir Colin Firth won this year. On Firth.
Now just think, okay, John Wayne is the Duke and Jeff Bridges is the dude.
The Duke and the Dude. The Doodle Duke.
That's I really did like True Grit. I like Western movies. They're great. Which is partially why I'm tempted to see Rango.
I'm gonna have to see Rango. Have you seen the animation in that? If you don't see it for anything else, the animation in that is just a whole nother level.
Yeah, it does look really well. Did you see some of the ways that they filmed it?
No, I haven't seen any of the technical aspects of the movie.
They use sort of like, you know how with Avatar they use the sort of face capture cameras?
Yeah.
They sort of did that on a bigger scale where a lot of the scenes they had the real actors actually acting it out.
Oh, so they have like face markers. Okay, cool.
So they got, and it wasn't even that. Like there's a big number. Why did I say number? There's a big scene where Johnny Depp and a few others are walking around with the sort of cowboy walk, and they actually had all of the actors doing that, and then they used that to sort of determine how their characters would move.
That's great. That's how movies, like animated movies, I think should be done. You know, instead of the actors always coming in their pajamas and standing behind a microphone and giving like a lackluster performance half the time, they should actually be out there with a boom mic, you know, hanging down, performing the scene, you know, and then the director and sound people should be recording what goes on.
Does Pixar do anything like that for their movies?
No, but think of how great.
I've never actually looked at how a Pixar one is made.
You know,
I've looked at the Pixar movies and how they're made, and I've never seen them do anything like that. So,
no, I know they did that with the Uncharted games and Metal Gear Solid. I think that's the latest one.
Metal Gear Solid.
Yeah, I think so. I
the game. Well, they're doing that with games now, like all the time. You know, like have you guys heard of The Force Unleashed?
Yeah,
yes.
They've been
every single thing done in that game was pretty much motion captured directly. So it took less time to make the game, and it was a lot simpler because they were just skinning the motion that the actors were doing.
Yeah.
And you know, if they were doing it like this one, that's probably why the quality jumped to such a great level, is because they don't have to spend like all these hours doing all the motion. It's just the motion's already done, it's captured, and all they have to do is skin it. So the skin on this movie looks so absolutely wonderful.
A lot of times, to jump in, I'm not trying to divert topic away from movies to games, but I just like what you're talking about with the motion capture. A lot of companies have been using it, but never to as much of an extent as I've seen. Like Force Unleashed used it amazingly, and a lot of the times people will complain that there's an action you can't do in the game, and that's literally because if they didn't motion capture it, they don't take the time out to develop that.
Yep.
And I've noticed with movies, like say you watch Avatar, James Cameron's one, and sometimes you can be watching it, and there have been times where I think I see something like going wrong, like animated on the character. Like I think I see something like out of place, but
yeah, and that whole movie I think was motion captured as well.
Yeah, they used the face. That pretty much that entire movie was.
And that's why that quality was so high too. You know, it's because they just had to skin what was already there.
Yeah, and it allows for a much more realistic performance between the actors, I think, when actually interacting with each other.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's a lot more. You feel much more of an emotional performance.